Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all doing great. So in today's video, we are breaking down one of the best money methods of this week, the meth lab. This business is on boosted production, which is 2 times only the production speed. Plus the properties and all the upgrades are also on 40% discount this week. So if you play it the right way, it can make you very solid money with minimum effort. I'll cover the best locations, how the business works, the supplies, the selling part, the upgrades, and how to push this business to its maximum potential. So let's get straight into the video without wasting any more time. So for the first part, the location. Firstly, location only matter for the sell routes, not for the money you make. This applies to all the MC businesses as well, not just the meth lab. The production speed and output stay the same regardless of the location. Only the distance, time, and the risk change during the cell missions. The best locations you should choose from, if you ask me, are the Grand Senora Desert one and one at the Albero Heights. So let's quickly see each one of them. Starting with the Grand Senora Desert Meth Lab, this remains the most recommended options. Hell, even I bought this one, because it has one of the lowest purchase costs, plus it's really close to the proximity of the desert and other MC businesses, and a near centered map position. So even when selling to the farthest buyer in the Los Santos, you can take a straight highway and finish deliveries in minutes. The shortest routes are with this one, and obviously the most fastest too. So this location works especially well if you run multiple MC businesses back to back, plus sell solo, and plus want the safest and shortest routes possible. Now let's talk about the Albero Heights. It's still usable, but sell routes are slightly longer as the connectivity isn't great. Plus, the long routes often push you north, outside the city. That increases the exposure to the flying bikes and aircrafts. Still, it's manageable, but just not optimal. That's the clear advice from me. Avoid the terminal and the Palito Bay ones immediately. I'll tell you, both stretch cell routes too far and increase failure risks, especially with multi-vehicle deliveries. So that was my opinion. Now let's talk about the setup part. So once you purchase the meth lab, you will need to complete a one-time setup mission. The setup is really simple. You are sent to steal a truck full of supplies and deliver it back to the lab. If you are doing this in a public session, you will become visible to other players and they can interfere. So if you want a clean setup with zero stress, just do this in an invite-only session. So once the truck is delivered, the setup is complete and your business is officially active. That said, the meth lab doesn't really shine until the upgrades are applied on it, which we'll cover in the next part. So let's talk about how the meth lab works in practice. It takes around 2.5 resupplies to fill the product bar completely, and when selling, you'll always see two buyers on the screen. First, a closer buyer with lower payout, and secondly, a farther buyer with a higher payout. So if you sell to the farthest location, the full payout comes to around $428,000. For example, if your lab is near the Sandy Shores and you choose the Los Santos buyer, you'll get the highest payout because the route is longer and it requires more effort, obviously. Now about the supplies, if you buy supplies, the total cost for a full product bar is roughly around $185,000 to $190,000. That means the sell value is almost $428,000 and the supply cost is around $185,000. So that means the net profit comes around $240,000. And yes, always buy the supplies. That's coming from me. So if you talk about the sourcing supply part, you could always obviously steal the supplies too, but it takes really long. I mean, the missions you have to take part in, it's really long. Plus, it requires repeated runs because you cannot fill the whole bar in just a single, steal missions. You have to do them again and again. And plus, it delays production. So buying supplies, it's the optimal move because the supplies arrive within the 10 minutes, the production starts immediately, and it saves massive time. Now talking about the upgrades, because this is where the business levels up. Now let's talk about the equipment upgrade first of all. If we talk about the original price, it's for $1,100,000. I know it's a big number, but this week, after the 40% discount, it's only cost you $660,000. And for the staff upgrade, the original price is $331,000, but this week is available for only around $200,000. So these two upgrades increase production speed, reduces supply consumption, and increases profit per sale. These two are the mandatory ones. I mean, if you have real money and if you want real money. But lastly, for the security upgrade, it normally costs like around $500,000. And at this week, you're gonna get it for $300,000 only. So if you're short on cash, you could skip it and just disband your MC business when the supplies are full to avoid raids, right? But if you can afford it, I would just say buy it. With the security upgrade, and especially if you own a mansion with security boosts too, this business becomes almost raid proof. I mean, not almost, it becomes raid proofs. So all profit numbers shown assume you own the upgrades. So final question, are they worth it? Absolutely yes. MC businesses only show good numbers and good profits when boosted and upgraded to the fullest. In the next part, we're going to talk about the boosts. So this week, the meth lab is on 2 times production speed, as you will know. But normally, filling a meth lab from empty to full would take almost 6 hours. I mean, it's a long time. But this week, with 2 times production, with all the upgrades, plus with the mansion's AI production boost, your business can fill up in almost 1 hour. The mansion boost lasts 24 hours, and while it only applies to one business at a time, stacking it with this week's bonus makes a massive difference. So that's why this week is one of the best times to run the math lab. So that's the full breakdown of the math lab and how to run it properly this week. If this video helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss weekly money guides like this. I cover GTA Online updates, money methods, and things most players still don't know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.